they are being the government of Gaza for the last 2 decades.
No, it's Zionism.
Teaching. Okay, so is this. Let's say it's a retarded conversation. Let's move on. You guys are like you're incapable of having like a nuanced conversation. So triggered.
And they need
It's retarded. Zionist media or it's Hasbara or Zionist propaganda or like.
Looking at credible sources. You have.
Yeah, we are not. You know what? Hold on. Give me a minute. Hold on. Isa, 1 second. Give me a minute. So you only care about credible information. You said like a minute ago that Israel is funding Hamas. Can you give me I want to see a reliable source that you consider reliable?
Who said that?
I want.
Look at the chat.
I want a credible source that says that Israel is funding Hamas.
Wait, no, you're deflecting now. No one's
Funded. It was the past tense.
No, it was Diego who said it at the little you just started.
And I posted the link right there.
Where's the link from?
Wikipedia.
From where?
Make it very easy for you.
I see only Wikipedia.
Yeah. And
that's a credible source.
Okay.
So now I know what is a credible source for you.
Wikipedia. It says
no.
So the Intercept, Politico.
Give me the source. Give me the source that says that Israel.
The New York Times.
Dude, why are you dancing around? Give me a source that says that Israel is funding Hamas.
Funded. It's past tense. Funded
Hamas. Give me something that shows that
What year Diego did?
Read the fucking article.
No, read it out loud because I read it.
My God.
What do you think the source of the funds are, Diego?
Obviously, they're American because that's all that Israel gets.
No, they're Qatar.
No, that's not true.
They're Qatar.
It's not we didn't fund it.
And they did not fund
reliable sources.
Actually, and you can go to the recent interview of Netanyahu because he addresses that as well with Konstantin Kisin. And yeah, it's true. What he says is like we allowed the funds coming from Qatar to go into Gaza. It was meant to do like infrastructure and whatever. If they had
humanitarian things.
Humanitarian. If they had denied the right for Qatar to transfer funds, they would have said that they are blocking Gaza and that's
starving Gaza. They would
whatever.
There's another reason, and that is the PA, Palestinian Authority, is at war with Hamas. Hamas murdered tons of them. They don't get along. And the PA controls the banking system in so-called Palestine, or whatever you want to call it, Gaza and Judea and Samaria. So there's no way to get the Gazans any money except to go through Israel. And Israel allowed it to happen because they thought that this would be something that would create an alliance between Israel and Hamas. In other words, that we're going to allow you to do what you're doing and you're going to allow us to do what we're doing. But there was no collaboration when it came to building the tunnels or to creating terror or to attacking Israel. That's sort of ridiculous. So yes, Israel was dealing with them because they had no other way to receive money, and Arab nations wanted to fund them, and Israel also wanted to keep things cool with Qatar. It's not like Israel funded Hamas. You get it?
Exactly.
So
it's not Israeli money. They just facilitated the transaction.
Middleman did, if you will.
Well, how else were you going to get them the money?
How else are you going to get them the money?
Yeah. Exactly. What's the answer?
Only through.
So if they
the Israeli banks,
if they hadn't allowed that, Diego, you would be like, oh, Israel is abusing the Gazans because they are.
Israel is abusing the Gazans.
Can we read what he put in the chat for him? So in the late 2010s and the early 2020s, Israeli officials encouraged Qatar to give aid to Hamas and approved the transfer of money from Qatar to the organization. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had said that the aid transfers were allowed for humanitarian reasons. Israeli intelligence officials believe that the Qatari money contributed to the success of October 7th. So you basically put something in the chat and tried to make everybody believe that it said something else.
Yeah, it's like
You
Israel is funding
skipped
terror.
everything that happened in the 70s and the 80s, huh?
Hamas wasn't alive in the 70s and 80s, you banana.
As a matter of fact, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay.
What point do you want to make about the 70s? No, Hamas didn't exist as such in the 70s. It was formed in the middle to late 80s. I think it was 88 as their most
Yeah, I
official
think 88.
founding.
Yeah, and they got into
funding
government
date.
in the early 90s, right?
No, 2006.
Five, six.
Or
Well, 2005 we went out and
Yeah, after the...
it was right before Israel left.
No, it was
Yeah.
after Israel left.
no, after. They took over after we left. There was an election.
They left in 2005 and then Hamas got formed and took over in 2006.
No, they were formed in 88.
No, I know. They took over.
They were elected.
They were elected, yeah.
They were, yeah, they were like,
Plurality,
but
by the way.
Violently elected.
violent, yeah, exactly. Today I saw like a post from a guy in Gaza called Umar that he's upset that there's a new coffee shop opened called Nutella, and it's and his problem was with the name that it's a Zionist, like he's showing like it's a brand new like a coffee house with the Nutella kind of logo, and he's upset. Not that that there's like a new coffee shop opening, like having their like opening launch today. It looks very good, but the name that it's on the BDS and yada yada yada. And why is it on the BDS? Because Nutella has presence in Israel, meaning that they sell products in Israel.
I heard about this cafe. People were complaining that the portions were too large.
No, it's a serious thing. I can give you the Instagram account. You can check out the updates from the coffee shop.
Too much food.
Is that considered is it considered a roof?
On this amount of food.
Is it considered a rooftop patio since there's no buildings?
And you know what? And the people there are like the pro-Malis are telling him like delete the post. You are ruining.
Delegitimizing our hate towards Israel and Jews. Yeah.
And like those are people from Madrid and from he's from Gaza, yes. And those are like all kinds of pro-Malis from all kinds of places. They're telling him delete it and you are a traitor and whatnot.
There are a lot of videos with
He
reviews.
took a picture in Gaza and he's a traitor, for fuck's sake.
There are a lot of reviews of restaurants that are open in Gaza right now. And there are some good ones. And there's video of them, too. There's some really good ice cream shops.
So
Some areas are like this, but some areas are completely destroyed. I mean, that is true.
So the thing about the soldiers is, and that Issa was discussing that people have not elaborated about, is that there are many videos on YouTube that were put out by Hamas themselves, also put out by the Associated Press and CNN and whatever, showing the summer camps that were mandatory, where Hamas took children and trained them to be soldiers. So all of the children that are being trained to be soldiers in those videos are more than likely waging this war right now. And this is something that seemed pretty mandatory for both males and females. And it also seemed, because the women went to like Islamic camp and the boys went to soldiers camp. And since they've been doing it for 20-something years, that's like 1.5 generations, maybe 2 generations of people that are like fully trained to be child soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. And that since they're like very little children.
So are they a part of the 70% women and children? No, they're older, right?
No, they are older, of course. Like, you got the kids that start being militants at around 13, 14 years old.
And there is now like 70% women and children.
No, but it's the 70% thing, the narrative. I don't know if you were paying attention when I was talking about this, but it's because most of the men that have been killed are militants, so not civilians. There are no civilian men, or barely any.
That's propaganda.
So when you
That's
take into
propaganda. Out of 2
consideration,
million people,
hold on.
out of millions
When you
of
take
people,
into consideration the civilian population,
that's
you
propaganda.
got mainly, no, it's not
That's
propaganda. Go
propaganda.
on,
Yeah, it is.
listen.
You can't
Go
assume it
and
like that.
look to the raw data yourself, Othello. Go and look to the raw data yourself. This is something that if you have an analytical brain and you see the raw data of where they are taking the reports, you can come up with this conclusion. This is not something that is being talked about out there.
How many Gazans are there in total?
Like 2 million?
Some people say the number is actually 1.2.
1.2 million. Oh,
Some
man,
people,
that's a big
they-
jump.
that's what they're
That's a
saying
big
because-
jump.
Pardon?
That's a big jump right there. 2
Yeah,
million.
well, that's the
1.2.
well. They're not good faith actors. They lie about numbers.
Okay. And
So there's speculation too, and then there's other speculation.
Lisa,
So
where
no,
did you get your number from? The UN?
Oh my God, the raw numbers are coming from the UN.
So 2 million.
The
2 million
narrative
Gazans.
is not from the UN. The narrative, what I am telling you is what I found out
How
by
many-
looking at the numbers. But you don't look at raw numbers. What
How
you
many
do is
Gazans
that
are
you
men?
go
How many
to
Gazans
news,
are men?
you
How
go
many
to
Gazans are
news,
men?
you go to news channels where you get the food already chewed just for you to swallow.
How many Gazans are
not-
men?
You are not used to cook your own food. You're not used to actually
Answer my question.
chew your own.
How many Gazans are men?
We don't know. What's your point?
So
Say
let's say
50%. Say 50%.
so
It
let's
doesn't
say
matter.
about a million.
50%, yeah.
Let's say it's about a million. So you're telling me so all of the men are Hamas?
No, nobody said that.
We
I'm
said a
telling
million
you,
men are
There's no
Hamas.
distinction.
The vast majority,
They
the vast majority of adult men, yes, they are militant.
it is a war crime that they do not.
So Hamas
they do
has
not
about
wear
900,000
uniforms.
members. So
They do not wear
Hamas-
uniforms, and therefore they are committing war crimes by committing
Correct.
acts of war out
So
of
about
uniform.
900,000 men.
We didn't. Nobody said that. Why are you making these numbers up?
Well,
That's what I'm saying. We're saying
I don't
roughly.
know,
We said 50% of 2
No,
million.
no, because half of them are not all adults. So you need to account also for children that are men. So yeah, but you need to also think that this is
This
not
is propaganda.
this is not a
weird
formal
Zionist propaganda.
Wait, what's the propaganda? And what is the
How is it propaganda if it's called critical thinking?
Wait,
This
well,
is not.
This is
what was the
this
thing
is-
that you thought was
this is
propaganda?
not
guys don't even have
formal-
definite
Oh my
numbers.
God, I'm gonna move him
Sure.
down. And
No, I want to hear what he's. Let me talk to him for a second.
a formal
Othello,
military.
I assume
This
you
is
can't
not
think-
hold on, Norm. This is not a formal military where you are enlisting to be part of Hamas. There are men that are fighting for a cause, quote unquote. So you don't need to be officially part of Hamas. You just need to be wanting to die for the same cause that Hamas is fighting. And they are brainwashed since they are very little children, including women.
So we can't accept the UN numbers that there are 20 to 40,000 Hamas.
The UN gets their numbers from Hamas. This is the point.
Correct.
So the UN is off about 800,000 members.
What do you mean?
Because she said most of the men.
The UN
Most
gets
of the
its
men-
numbers
most
from
of the male
Hamas. Hamas
Gazans-
is a terrorist
He
group.
said
They don't
most
tell
of
the
the
truth.
male Gazans are militant, right?
Yeah, and you need to account for the children,
Right.
so it's not
So
half of the
UN
population.
So the
And
UN.
if you had a brain, you would understand that when you are talking about